Hello, everybody, and welcome back to yet another episode of Just a Taste. It is Dawson and me.
Hey, yo.
Today we have probably the most exciting episode of all time.
Whoa, I'm just jumping in here, I'm excited.
Oh, yeah, baby. And that is because at the end of this episode, we're going to be doing a little bit of a giveaway. And we got some nice... Well, I ain't going to tell you what it is yet. You might have to just stick along for the ride to find out. But it will be a giveaway. You can enter at the end of this episode, or you can just skip to the end and hack the system. But...
And what are we giving away?
Well, we're not going to tell him until the end.
Oh.
Suspenseful. But anywho,
what about just a taste or just a little?
We'll just give
what we're giving away.
Yeah, let's give them just a taste of what we're going to be giving away. We are going to be giving away something that has fabric.
Is it a blanket?
No. Something that has some ink.
Oh.
And something that has... Well, it has a hole in it.
So a blanket with a hole that has ink.
It's just a crusty old blanket that I had in my house. And
get excited, listeners.
Oh, yeah. Because it's going to be gnarly.
Go hit that link. I guess, is it a link or what is it?
I don't know
how you're going to do it.
I honestly don't know how we're going to do this giveaway. Maybe they'll have to comment. Yeah, that's how they do giveaways, right? They'll have to comment on. We might send them over to YouTube. Maybe we'll really sucker them, and they'll have to be subscribed to or a follower of either Apple or Spotify, and then it also has to subscribe to the YouTube channel.
I like it.
That might be too much work, though, and then maybe
also,
it'll just be Seth.
Do you know how to... Yeah. Hi, Seth. Do you know how to see your Apple Podcast or Spotify followers?
No.
Nice.
But we'll just trust them.
Yeah, we'll take your word for it.
Comment on YouTube. It'll be on YouTube with the YouTube channel. I think it's just my name, honestly. It's just Jeffrey Heller. And then I think it also says just the Taste Podcast or something. I don't really know, which is kind of embarrassing. But anywho, jumping kind of into the episode, I actually have a ton of notes this time.
Let's go.
I just when you were out chatting, I was just in here doing push-ups and cranking out some notes.
Nice.
But I did learn something that is kind of sad because it was a fun segment and it was illegal. Apparently, in a podcast, you can't play songs unless you have the rights to play those songs.
Gotcha.
So those might get taken down.
So how does that work? Does just Apple Podcast take them down?
No, so
or do we
it's
have to
Spotify.
Take them down?
They'll flag them and take them down because they're also a music distributor.
Interesting.
And my workaround, because that was still a great segment, was you'll just have to sing them.
Right.
Yeah.
And is that legal?
Yeah, 100%, because then it's just a cover. So, in honorary of that, hit me with a song, Dawes.
Okay.
And I'll try to guess it.
Let me find a song.
Yeah, warm up a little bit, buddy.
Let me, should I, beatbox the song?
Ooh, maybe. Yeah, let's do some vocal warm-ups. Do, re, fa, sol. Wait, no.
Dun, dun, dun.
Is it,
Dun, dun,
what is it? Do, re, mi. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Tilos. No, I don't know how to say it backwards. Anyways, Dawes is going to get queued up.
I'm going to go on the hits section.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, like new stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know any new stuff, so
any
let's
new
try
stuff?
it. Let's try it.
Is this crazy?
Yeah, let's try it.
Okay.
How much new stuff are you listening to right now?
Not that much, but I knew this one.
It'll be a good segment.
All right. It can't be said I'm an early bird. It's 10 o'clock before I say a word. Wow. First off, this has so many good rhymes. Baby, I can never tell. How do you sleep so well?
Is this Baby It's Cold Outside?
No. I would have never guessed this, and I know the song. You keep telling me to live right, to go to bed before the daylight. Wow, this is so crazy. Are you...
Is it David Kirshner?
Nope.
Keep going a little bit more. A little bit more. Give me just a little bit taste.
Okay, I lost my spot
A little
now.
taste more, baby.
Don't you want to just wake up dark as a lake, smelling like a bonfire, lost in a haze.
Dude, I have no clue what this is.
If you're drunk on life, babe, I think it's great. But while in this world, I'll take my whiskey neat.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
I shouldn't have read the last line.
Yeah, Hoser or Hosier or Hosier.
I gave it away. But there's no way you're
No,
getting
not
that.
a shot.
I would have never got that.
Wow, well done. Okay, you
Isn't
stumped
that
me.
funny?
That is crazy.
Those lyrics were wild.
But yeah, so now we're gonna have to come up with a new opener since we can't do that.
Right.
So
All
that's
right, I'll hit you with another one. This one you'll know.
Do one more for the kids at home.
Yep. All right, let me look up some lyrics. Okay. Everybody loves the things you do.
Oh, I know that. Everybody loves the things you do, the way you talk, the way you... That one?
Yeah,
And I'll be
you got
by
it.
myself, just like a movie. You sound like a...
You're getting there.
God, this remind... It's
Getting
Adele.
Yeah, it's Adele.
Photograph?
No.
I have no idea what the song title is.
When we were young.
Yes.
You were getting there. You were
Oh.
getting there.
And now you kind of got a taste of me and Dawson's singing ability.
Oh, so good.
So good.
My spoken word is on point.
Get some nice little music in the background.
Should I just do another one?
Yeah,
Let me
just
find
one
another
quick one
here.
for the people.
Just a quick one.
Maybe this time we do it for the listeners. I don't answer, and then they can. Let's get the listeners interactive on this.
Put it in the comment.
put this in the comments. If you know what song Doss's spoken wording, you drop it in the comments. All right, hit us with it, Doss.
All right, how many lines should I read?
They're smarter than us, so only read like 2 bars.
Okay. I just want you close, where you can stay forever. You can be sure that it'll only get better.
Oh yeah.
Do you know it?
No, not a shot. But it sounds nice.
Okay.
It sounds comforting.
I feel like you know the song, though.
It sounds like, man, I'd just love for someone to tell me that.
I can read it again.
Oh, yeah.
We could go to the ASMR category. I can just read it slow. I just want you close.
And I'll just make the noises.
where you can stay forever. You can be sure. It just got creepy.
Yeah,
I apologize for that.
Let's scratch that.
It'll only
scratch
get
that
better.
segment. But man, what is going on? We didn't see each other for a very long time. It was
Right.
very depressing. You haven't been on the podcast.
It's been
in a
like
bit.
4 days.
Yeah.
Well, we saw each
before
other
that.
Friday, but yeah, before
that.
Friday.
Friday we see each other, and then we didn't.
Yeah, it's true.
So, someone did comment on one of the post and said they miss our bromance.
Oh,
So
what? Like in the podcast, we miss a bromance. So we need more bromance in the podcast, I
Yeah.
guess. Okay.
maybe we'll get that.
We'll see what
blanket.
we can do.
Maybe we'll get that blanket we're giving away. Snuggle up under
Yeah.
that thing. It's a little hot in this room though.
Yeah.
I don't have an AC in here, only in the other room. So
I don't really. It's kind of perfect temperature for me,
Dude,
if I'm
thank
being
you.
honest.
I really needed that.
Yeah.
But man, what's been going on? What's been new in the life?
Dude, not much. It's super hot and dry outside, if you haven't noticed. So, been irrigating the crops a lot here late. So, yeah, that's
What
that's
size
fun.
pump you got in that creek now? How many gallons a minute?
Oh, shoot. I should know this.
Is it over 50? It has to be over 50.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I should know this. I literally just looked this winter. We went over all like the curves and how much they pump, but I literally
Not a true farmer. Not
apparently,
a true farmer.
I'm blanking. So stage fright, you know.
You get the
Now the
jitters,
camera's
man.
on you,
Oh,
the
camera.
mics are on,
3 little
and
dots
I
on
can't
you.
think.
That's okay.
But no,
I
I'd
have
say it's
performance
well over
issues
50
as well.
gallons a minute. We might be like. So we're at 150 psi
Okay.
at the pump, and then at the gun it's like 80
150
PSI.
pounds per second. What does PSI actually stand for? Pounds per square inch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I did know that.
So it's a lot of 150 pounds.
That's a lot of
pressure.
pounds
Right.
in an inch.
Because like you plumber, you only do it with like 50,
we're
60,
max water pressure. We're dealing with like 80, and that's a boosted system.
80.
On a boosted system,
How do you get
dude,
a boosted system?
you put a booster pump in,
Oh, dude.
and then it puts it through some pumps and spins the freaking water, and then it boosts it.
Wow. So it's like 50, 60 coming in, and then
Yeah, 50, 60
80
from the
coming out.
street, and then you turn on your faucet and
that's pretty cool. Okay, so sorry if this does not apply to the listeners, but
Yep.
why would you put a booster in? Just for extra pressure?
yeah. So some
So
people,
it's just like bougier.
yeah, not okay. So some street pressure. So street pressure is the amount of pressure your water comes in from your township or whatever. Some is low. Some's like 30.
Okay.
So then they make a machine that can boost it up to like 50,
Right.
60. But there are people where it's like, I want my skin to fall off when I take a shower.
Yeah.
So then they boost it up to 80. Those are those psychopaths.
Right. And have you taken a shower in like an 80 psi?
No, I don't even think, honestly, we have horrible water pressure here.
Right. You have what, 10?
Maybe
10
It
psi
just
in that
trickles.
shower.
So usually I just end up spitting on myself just to get some more water.
Yeah, by the time it probably gets to the shower, it's probably cold.
Yeah, it's
Going
not.
through all those pipes.
The water's, I don't know why the pressure's so bad here, because if I turn it on an outside spigot, it's like, and then
Really?
up at the
It's just
shower,
then-
it just sucks. So I don't know
so even
if,
your upstairs shower's bad too.
yeah. Well, the downstairs is significantly better than the upstairs.
Oh.
So I don't know what that is. I don't know if there's corrosion in the pipes.
Right. So if your landlords are listening,
Hook me up.
this is just
What
a
the
tip.
flip? We have an intruder.
Oh,
Who
does
is this?
Anna just walked in the room? Do you have anything you want to say to the podcast?
What's up?
All right.
What?
Yeah, we're gonna move on from that. Anywho, what are we saying? I feel like I feel like I'm really
pressure.
loud tonight. I'm in a good mood tonight. I was kind of in a weird mood earlier.
Yeah.
My day started out really good. I drank a lot of energy drinks, so I think I was just kind of jacked up on those.
Nice.
And then I kind of got into a little slump,
Yeah.
but then I got excited again, and now I think I'm back on a good mood.
Yeah. So you like didn't eat much today.
Nope.
Did the energy drinks affect you more then?
I don't know. I feel like maybe. So okay, let's back it up.
Yeah.
Cody, which you guys know and love, for whatever reason wants to do a fast. I think it's for some not dietary, like health, like
Right. I think he wants to experience it.
yeah, he wants to experience it. He saw this doctor that says it's good for you to fast every now and again. So all us guys are on a fast, and I took the energy drinks, and I don't know if it was like a placebo effect though. Like I knew that I was fasting, and I was like, "This is going to jack me up."
Right.
So then I don't know if it jacked me up more, or if it was just like me jacking myself up.
Right.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
So that was kind of interesting, I guess. Something else too. I was looking at the sun today, just like I don't know, looking at the sun. I don't
Right.
recommend it.
Yeah.
'cause
Which
it
I mean,
kinda-
what else do you do when you're 8 to 5?
True. 9 to 5.
9 to 5.
Yeah. So I was.
Well, I figured
Anywho,
you started a little earlier than 9. So.
true. Yeah. That is true. Anywho, looking at the sun, and then I kind of was reminded of like the solar eclipse, or the
Yeah.
lunar eclipse,
Right.
where the moon moved in front of the sun, and that got me thinking. So like we have crescent moons all the time, like once a month, right? So moon cycles are the same as months. They're very close.
Gotcha.
So when the Vikings used to be like many moons ago, it was many months.
Oh.
But we have
learning so much.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, when the sun goes in front of the moon, or no, sorry, when the moon. Now I'm totally tripped up. What makes a crescent moon? Isn't it it's the passing? Isn't it the passing of the sun, which like the light's reflected or something? Isn't
I
it
don't
something
even know what a
wacky like
crescent
that?
moon is. What is a crescent moon?
What
like
do
the
you
little.
mean?
I've heard of it, but I don't even. I don't think I've ever looked at the moon.
Did
and be
you
like,
ever
That's a
watch-
crescent moon?
Did you ever watch DreamWorks? Like the little guy on the crescent moon?
Oh, so it's just like the little.
Yeah, it's
like,
a sliver of a moon. How do you not know what a crescent moon is?
Sorry.
Oh, man, our ratings are going to go down.
Oh, dude.
No, so like, yeah, that's a crescent moon. So like and I thought it was from like the shadow of the sun or something. Because the moon just reflects the sun's light.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then when the moon and the sun are in a certain position, it's like full moon because
Right.
it's reflecting all the light.
Yep.
But then when it's a crescent moon, it's
So
only
it'd be
reflecting
the
some of
Earth
the light.
blocking the moon's sunlight,
Ooh,
right? Would be
that would actually make a ton of sense.
because the sun can't block the moon.
Yeah,
Because
true, 'cause then
the
it's-
sun's way that just,
So okay, so that's my thing. We can have crescent moons.
right.
Why don't we have crescent suns? Right? Like we had the solar
Honestly-
eclipse, but that only happened like once every 7 years.
Right. I think this is probably a good explanation for flat Earth. I like what you're saying, and I think the Earth's flat.
Well, then-
Probably is that what you're saying?
I think
Yeah.
that's what we're getting at. And the sun's actually flat as well. It's just someone put
flat sun.
construction paper in the sky. Some 12-year-old just cut out that in art class, slapped it in the sky. Yeah, I don't know. I thought I went into that conversation thinking I was super intelligent. And I came out
And I just tanked it for
not
you.
at all. Oh man. My universe just got shattered. My
What a
flat
journey.
universe. That is interesting. Do flat earthers believe in like the galaxy or like the universe?
I feel like they would have. Right, they do.
But then what? How would that
I have
work?
so many questions for flat earthers.
Yeah, man, we should talk. Ooh,
Yeah,
what if
so,
we
like,
would
does the-
interview
does
a
the
flat
sun-
earther one time?
But, right, so is it just like a piece of paper and the sun just rotates around that piece of paper?
No, because if it's flat, there is nothing below it. Because that would mean there would be 3 dimensions. Flat Earth is 2-dimensional, right? Or am I totally wrong on that? Right?
No, but I mean they're not.
So what do they think? The Earth just goes on so the Earth's crust just goes on forever down? I don't know. Freak, we need to interview a
think
flat
so.
earther.
I think it just goes really far down, but then there has to be something below it.
Yeah, but they don't think that.
But I
well,
feel
no,
like they
because
think
they
there's
said
like
you
the
can
ends
fall
of
off
the Earth.
the edge of the Earth.
Right.
Which then, if you can fall off, it would be 3-dimensional. Which would mean it's like rectangle Earth or square Earth.
Right. Probably more rectangle than square, because square would mean it'd be just like a giant
Cube.
cube.
And
And I
rectangle
don't
would
think
mean
they
it's
think
a
it's a
giant rectangle.
Okay, but it's like makes it feel better. That's like it's
Oh,
more
yeah,
flat
yeah,
because it's
yeah.
like less.
That
if it was
makes
a
sense.
cube, then you'd have like, I would feel like there'd be land on all the sides, and so it'd just be rather than like a perfect
Yeah, I guess that makes
ball,
sense. I'm
it'd
for
be
that.
just a cube. Yeah, I don't really know.
I don't either.
I just wonder what do they think the sun? What's happening with the sun?
Yeah, and the
sun's
moon.
just
Bouncing?
bouncing around from side to
But that would
side.
mean it would come up on the east and west.
Oh yeah,
So they would have to believe that it rotates at least fully around the Earth. But considering
Right.
the Earth, when you talk about anything rotational, that implies a circle or a sphere.
right. It's true.
Boy, there's a lot of flaws in this, and we just broke that down in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Hey, if there's any flat earthers listening, please explain.
Comment this because I'm actually
your-
super interested. If you're a flat earther, we would actually love to have you on this podcast.
Because right now we don't get it.
No. I'd like to. I'd like
Yeah.
to understand it a little bit more. I don't think I would agree with them, but I'd have a conversation.
Right. I mean, we all know the moon landing was fake.
Oh, dude, yeah.
But
Yeah. Lance Armstrong. The Tour de France.
Right.
Like, what the world?
did you ever hear like the stories of those astronauts that like obviously worked their butt off, went to the moon, and then came back and people like, it was all fake and said it to their face?
Oh, yeah, that'd be depressing.
You know how like annoying that would be?
Or would it be like, dang, we didn't trick them?
Dang it!
They're on to
Freaking
us.
Fred spilled
Yep.
the beans.
Freaking, oh, dude, Fred at NASA.
Fred and NASA, man. Just loose lips,
Yeah.
man. Just a loose cannon in
Oh,
there.
freaking Fred.
Can't
Loose
keep a
lips
secret.
sink ships. Or just doesn't send people to the moon. Did you ever hear that saying? Loose lips sink ships?
Yeah. What does that actually mean?
I think it
though?
means it's talking about gossip.
Oh.
But yeah, freaking Fred at NASA.
Gossiping.
I was trying to think of a clever acronym for NASA, and I came up with not astronauts, but then I couldn't come up with the S or the A. Satellite orbit. Oh, no, orbit's an O. Yeah,
that was
that's
good, though.
I know.
And it was good.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
but we'll stop it there.
Right.
Next segment. What do we got, man? I got a lot of notes. Speaking about NASA and Fred sinking ships and by speaking.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Yeah. Cue in.
There's another.
Yeah.
Speaking of gossip.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, what is gossip and what's just talking about people? Where's the line? When does it like?
When does it cross the line?
When does it cross the line of just like sharing information? When does it cross the line of like you're actually gossiping?
I think when it's gossip is when it has a negative connotation.
Okay.
So like, say, well, let's think of a hypothetical here real quick. Say Sally was at the grocery store.
Right.
And she split her pants because she dropped a melon on the floor.
Dude,
let's just say
when that
Sally's a
happens.
little bit of a bigger girl.
Right.
So when she went down to pick up the melon,
Right.
which I've split my pants out a lot.
And Sally, this is a common problem for her.
Yep. So, okay, so say Jennifer sees her at the grocery store, goes home to freaking Tiffany, and's like, oh my word, literally, it was so funny. Sally split her pants out and everyone laughed at her. What an idiot. She should lose weight. That's gossip.
Okay.
Let's say Jennifer goes to Tiffany, though, in a very calm and be like, oh my word, like, did you hear, like, Sally split her pants out today, and I just feel like she just needs some encouragement. We should just do something for her.
Okay.
I feel like tone is very much a part of gossip.
Okay, but also you
Right?
can say all those exact words.
Yeah.
But in a way of like, I'm still gossiping because you don't actually mean that. Like,
Yeah,
we should help her.
maybe-
you're more doing it to tell them rather than to
because it is funny when someone splits their
Oh,
pants
yeah,
out.
it's
It's
hilarious.
funny. If it's Sally or if it's
Right.
me, it's embarrassing.
But you know what I mean. You can also be
Maybe
like,
it's a heart issue then.
I think it could it be.
Maybe
Could
it's
be.
just a heart issue.
that. It's like, why are you telling this
Yeah.
person? You tell them to actually be like, hey, let's actually do something.
Mhm.
Let's actually get something started. Or is it just like, I just kind of want to tell you, and then to make me feel better,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
I'll
she needs some
disguise it.
encouraging. If you see her,
Yeah.
be really nice. to
Tell her nice butts.
Tell her wear loser jeans.
Man, let's just
Yeah.
say
Sally, man.
Sally. I apologize to any women out
Yeah.
there that may be named Sally.
Sally, if you're out there, you are loved. You are cared for. You are. We see you.
Yeah, we do. Everyone sees you because you're cute. Oh, man.
And
We're
because
gonna
you're
get in
splitting your pants
yeah.
in public. Stop splitting your pants, man.
Do you ever, speaking of splitting your pants in public, you ever do any, did you ever have any embarrassing clothes mishaps in public? Like, at the Golden Globes or the Grammys, there's always news articles like Taylor Swift's wardrobe malfunction.
Right.
I don't look them up, but they're out there, I heard.
Yeah. I don't know about malfunctions, but more just I don't care. There's some times where I rip my jeans at work, or I just wear ripped jeans.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
I'm at the bottom of the
Mhm.
barrel. And so there's some times where I'm like, I'm kind of ashamed of what I'm wearing right now. You can totally see my underwear.
Dude, yeah.
But I also sometimes I'm like, I'm on the farm, I look like crap. I'm
Yep.
just going to the hardware store or something. I just kind of send it and hopefully they don't notice.
Yep.
But there was one time, actually a couple months ago, I ripped them really bad, right up the crotch,
Oh, yeah.
to the point where it was close, right next to the zipper.
Oh, that's bad. Oh, yeah.
And so it was that point where I'm like, I'm not going out in public. But I had this meeting where this guy from Penn State, something was coming out. And so he's coming out and we're looking, he was taking back pretty much chemicals. And so to try to dispose of chemicals good in an environmental way. So he's looking at these things. And so I'm bending down and picking up these jugs and they're so self-conscious.
And you knew.
Oh,
You
yeah,
knew
I
they
knew.
were
And I'm trying to play it off because I'm I'm not driving home to
Yep.
go change my pants. So I'm pulling my shirt down and being careful how I squat.
Showing your curtsy.
He had to see that you could see straight up my pants.
Oh.
Which is kind of a bummer.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not wearing underwear.
Right. I'm
If you're
dude,
commandoing that
freaking
thing.
the one day I did wear
Yeah.
underwear, I split my pants. And now
then-
Greg from Penn State is...
Now you're never getting in.
Yeah. No, thankfully I was still wearing underwear. That'd be terrible for all parties. Let's just say I wouldn't be there.
That's a lose.
No, I would be going home
Oh, yeah.
and grabbing something new. Or putting like a seed bag around my waist or
Would
something
you
crazy.
Let's dive into this a little bit. Would you rather, because I just had an experience similar to this just 2 weeks
Okay.
ago. So I was wearing my old shorts, and I always get a rip right at the pocket corner.
Yep.
That always
Classic.
happes.
Why can't they? Why can't
I don't
they
know.
make
I don't
that
know
better?
why they don't like put reinforcement at pocket corners.
Right.
Maybe we patent a jean or not a shoe,
Right.
a short that has reinforced pocket corners because it always rips out there.
Yeah.
And I think maybe it's just because you're always like putting your wallet or something in there, and then there's extra tension right at that spot.
That makes sense.
That does make sense.
And you're sitting on it a lot.
Yeah.
And I guess it probably takes.
Wow,
a
that
lot of
actually makes a
use.
ton of sense.
Yeah.
Anywho,
So maybe we should insist some.
yeah, we should get on that. We should get into that. I had a rip there, didn't know about it.
Yeah.
This was at like probably 3 in the afternoon.
Okay.
I was working in public. There was people around. As the day went on, this rip got bigger and bigger. I never knew about it. I only found this out later. I got called out to a service call, an emergency service call,
No.
and it was for a septic like tank. So the pump was
Yeah.
bad. So I had to go down, and I'm in this pit, like butt high in the air, like doing
Oh.
an absolute
Yeah.
ostrich, or what's the bird that hits their head in the like buries their head in the ground, or is that a giraffe? What bury anywhere?
Yeah.
The animal that puts their head in the ground
Right.
when they're scared, full butt exposed. Never knew about it. The customer is right there talking to me. They don't say anything. I get home, I take off these shorts, and it's like a huge.
No
and I had an
way.
embarrassing color of underwear on. Like it wasn't like,
What
oh, maybe
color?
they didn't see. Bright red, bright Christmas red.
No.
And I was like, I say to my wife, I was like, dude, I had a huge rip in my pants all day.
Yeah.
And no one told me. She said, oh, yeah, I saw that.
What?
I'm like, what do you mean? Like, so circling back full circle, would you rather have a massive rip in your pants, not know about it, and
Okay.
have someone tell you out in public that you don't know, or they just let you ride till you get home? And then you need to find out by yourself.
I feel like I'd always rather know.
Yeah, I think I would too.
Yeah.
But I think society, like everyone would rather know because then you can fix it.
Right.
But I also think as the people looking, like as the people observing Sally,
Right.
you're never going to tell her because you're like, oh my word. Like there's been times where I've
Yeah.
seen something funky with someone and I was like, I don't want to embarrass them, so I'm not going to tell them. But I think everyone wants to know.
There's like I feel like there's this 10% of people that are like no bull crap that just say whatever they're
Yeah,
thinking that'll tell
that's
you.
true. That's
but other than
true.
that, the 90% are just like anti-confrontation. They'll
Yeah.
be like, I'll let you ride.
They're like too
I don't
polite,
care.
but we would all rather know. Isn't
Yeah.
that funny?
That is funny.
Wonder what that's about.
I do. Also, this is another thing I wonder
Yeah.
what it's about. Do you ever have those dreams? Talk about wardrobe malfunctions. I feel like I haven't ever had
Oh,
one. But all the
I
dreams,
already know where you're
there's
going.
always dreams of you being like somehow being naked in public
Mm-hmm.
or what's that about? What in our psychology or
Yeah,
like
why do
as a little
all
kid I
people
used to
have those
I used
dreams?
to have dreams that I was like naked at school or something.
Same.
As
The
like a
exact
little
same.
middle schooler.
Yep.
I'm like, what is happening in
But
our
everyone has those dreams. Like you
psyche?
talk to other people and they're
Right.
like, we all have that. And maybe it's just like we all have that common fear.
Right.
It's super irrational.
Going back to Adam and Eve, where they were in the garden and knew they were naked.
I just talked about
It's just
Adam
us
and
going
Eve
back.
on the last episode.
Did
That's
we
so
actually?
funny. No, I did on the episode you weren't here.
I only watched a clip of it.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's
man.
okay. I won't judge you. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the crazy thing with my dream is and it was reoccurring. I've had this dream a ton.
So, like, when you say reoccurring, like once a month, once a week?
Yeah, when I was younger, it was probably a solid once a month.
Okay.
It wasn't ever like super like
Which is
frequent.
still
a lot.
yeah,
that's 12 times a year. Anywho's,
It's like
I
just
was
when you think you're past it, boom, another one.
naked at school again.
Yeah. And it seems so real.
Dude, so
it's
real.
like, this is the worst thing ever. You can't, like, ration out of it. You're
No.
just like, this is the worst.
And you like you're so scared, and then you wake up and you're still like this sigh of relief just comes over you. It's like, oh my word, thank you that wasn't true. Anywho, mine was weird because it was always I was naked at school and I was fine with it, but it was at the end of the day, and I had to get on the bus. And I was
Really?
terrified of getting on the bus because then everyone would know I'm naked.
Gotcha.
Even though they were all with me the whole day. Like when they got on the bus, their eyes were opened. Their
What?
blinders came off.
It's so weird. Mine was always cafeteria for some reason. I was never in the cafeteria. I always remember being in the lunch line or something. And I was never in the lunch line. I always packed.
You were always packing.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's so wild. This brings back so many
I don't
negative
know
memories.
why we all experience that. Because, okay, here's another thing that I think a lot of people experience, and it's I don't know how to explain it. When you're in a car
Okay.
and there's like a grass strip and then it's a road and then another grass strip, did you ever imagine like a guy jumping over the road and like anytime there's a break or something, he like jumps and he's like running beside you?
Wait, okay. Explain
I don't
this
know
to
how
me
to
one more
explain it
time.
well.
So there's a road, like
So,
not a
like-
highway, not like 81 or anything where there's like a road, the
Yeah, I don't know.
middle-
Like, did you ever imagine like a person, or not even like a real person, but just like hopping over stuff while you're driving? So, like, if we're driving really fast,
Yeah.
I would just imagine there's like
So he's just bouncing cars.
No. So I would always look to the right of the car towards
Yeah.
like the grass.
Okay.
Never to oncoming traffic.
Right.
And then if there was like, say we were driving down a road that had a lot of like four ways, anytime we would go through one of them, I would imagine the guy or whatever object is jumping that road. Maybe it's not something.
Huh.
I thought I talked to someone and they dealt with it
Gotcha.
too.
Well, let's ask.
Yeah, hey,
if anyone's listening,
if any of you guys have any idea what I'm talking to or talking about,
right.
Let me
Also,
know.
if you've never had dreams of being naked in public,
get
in your
out of here.
childhood, please comment and let us know because I feel like everyone's had those.
Yeah, that's
but
true. I feel like
Maybe it's just the 5 people we talked to about it has had them.
Do you think? I don't really want to look that up though.
Yeah, I don't really want either.
Children.
Yeah.
New segment.
Yeah. Anyhow,
Oh man, what else?
how else was your day, huh?
Speaking about school though, and being not
Yeah.
naked at school, but I just went to a graduation,
Okay.
and do you remember like graduation speeches at all?
Some barely. I don't remember my.
Dude,
I don't remember
I
my
think-
graduating class.
I think
speeches.
our graduating class speech was like this too. And maybe the school board will yell at us for this, but it is insanely participation trophy. Like it's so much coddling.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah.
literally, I just went to this graduation, and the class of 2024
High school
at
or
this,
college?
It was a high school.
High school.
But this class was exceptional. They had 2 kids that had over a 4.7 GPA.
Holy.
Yeah, insane.
What?
They broke a ton of like academic records and also athletic records. So like a class to be praised. I'll give them
Yeah.
that. But then they started praising people that are just like, meh,
Yeah.
borderline. And then they said this, and the lady, and she spoke a little like Californian, like the little like, I don't know, just like nasally and a little annoying. And
Devin.
yeah, it's just like honestly,
Dude,
like
what
to
are
all
you doing
the
here?
people that went to Lancaster County Career in Technology to pursue a career, like that must have been such a hard decision for you. It's like,
Right.
dude, 94% of the kids that go to CTC just go to smoke pot and goof
Oh,
off.
yeah.
And then she's
And we
like,
both know. We both
yeah,
went to
we
CTC.
both went to CTC.
Oh my word.
And I was just
80% just are
goofed
there
off.
and can get
and
out
you
of
have
school.
like 7 kids that actually go for the field that
Right.
they're in. And I was just like, okay, come on, lady. Like, it's CTC. And then,
Right.
and then the real kicker was, which I almost felt bad for these kids. So she went through the whole list. Academic excellence, athletic excellence, and like you all stood. And then there was like 4 kids that she singled out, and she's like, would anyone
No.
that doesn't know what they're doing after high school or taking a gap year, please rise.
Oh no.
And I was like, dude, why? Like, you're just embarrassing
yeah,
those
way to
kids.
just shout them out.
Yeah, like, hey, anyone that's freaking stupid, please stand up.
anyone who's a complete failure.
And I was
now,
in the
please
crowd and I
rise.
stood up. It was just, it was like, it was so much coddling. And it was
Right.
just weird. And I was
Yeah.
like, this is interesting.
I was just at a high school graduation, and I guess the valedictorian began a speech with, and dude, this graduation started at 7:30
Okay.
and didn't get done till like 10 o'clock.
Okay. So
At
like a
night.
solid 3.5.
Right. And I'm like, dude, what? Maybe I don't know many graduations, but I'm
Mhm.
like, who starts at like 7:30 and finishes at 10 o'clock?
How big was the graduating class?
It was not that big. Like
okay, so then that's
80.
crazy. Oh, that is crazy.
No, maybe it was more than 80, but like less than 200.
That's insane. Because this one that
And
I was
so,
at
like, there
was
was-
3:30.
There was like 7 different speeches.
Oh.
So like the secretary spoke.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
the board president spoke.
Who lets them up?
Yeah. And so anyhow, the valedictorian gets up and he begins his speech with like, so a koala bear, if they have 2 children, will just start nourishing the one that's strongest and just reject the one that's not strongest. And I was so done at speeches at this point. I have no idea if he even had a point with that. But I'm like, yo, you're just gonna start your speech like that?
That is incredible.
And you could tell he thought it was a big deal.
Yeah.
And so he had an ego. And so,
So like he was trying to be funny, or he was trying to be like inspirational.
I
like,
think he was trying
ego
to
of
be
what
like,
way?
I think he was just trying to be like, he was just talking.
Oh.
And I think it had something to do with his speech, but it wasn't like in an inspirational way. And it was
wasn't
just
good
kind of
enough.
like it just kind of was like a, yeah, suck it kind of way. I'm like, yeah. Who begins with like, oh yeah, koala bear's 2 children. One he loves, the other he abandons.
And my
And go get them in this world.
dad, thanks for abandoning me and favoring Brian.
Suck it, Brian.
Yeah.
How's prison?
Just TKOs him as he runs off stage. Something
it's
else
wild.
was super interesting was that was actually really interesting to me in this graduation ceremony. They still brought up COVID. And like these kids were in 8th grade when COVID happened. And they're like,
What?
there was so much adversity. Like you just suffered. And it's like,
Right.
that might be true for an 8th grader. Like it might have.
Right.
That was 4 years ago. Like,
Right.
how long are we going to... I can't wait till, like, a preschooler graduates now, and they're like, in preschool, you couldn't play with your
Yeah.
blocks or talk to Sarah. And it's like, okay, I get... I was not in high school for COVID. It sounds like it sucked. Especially if you were, like, a
Right. senior
and you couldn't play sports. I get that. That's totally valid.
Right.
I'm not trying to bash that at all. An 8th grader, though?
Like, how long are we going to beat this drum? Coming
don't
from
know.
a guy that I don't totally get the full impact of COVID. Like, literally,
No, I don't either.
kept
So,
working through it.
yep.
I was a farmer. I didn't see any people at that point in my life. You know what I mean? I was out of high school. I don't totally get it.
Yeah.
But also, like, how long are we going to keep beating this
I
drum?
know. That's
of,
what I'm
like,
thinking.
Even you hear, like, podcasts of, or even just pastors or leaders that'd be like, oh, dude, or business leaders
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that are like, oh, COVID was so hard and you guys are awesome for going through this. I'm like, that was so long ago.
Which, yeah, it
How
was.
long are we going to keep beating
It was
this?
weird,
Yeah.
and it was a crazy time. So I get it, but also, too, it's like, can we just keep blaming COVID for every problem in our life?
Probably.
Like, that's kind of what it sounds
Yeah.
like. But what did you
So
say
for
there
your
that
like
sparked
meth
something?
addiction, that was probably that started at COVID, right? I'm just kidding. He doesn't have a meth addiction that we know about. Do you?
Well,
Maybe
no.
I should just put you on the spot. Do you have a meth addiction?
Before COVID, yes, and then everything skyrocketed prices, and I couldn't afford it anymore. I was gonna say something. Shoot, that was kind of interesting. Oh, okay. Tying back into COVID now. For America,
Yeah.
I can say that, like, or no, not even for America. For where we lived,
You're going to
COVID was
speak
not
for America.
yeah, Not even Obama or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was stupid.
For this area.
For where we lived, COVID was not bad. There was
Right.
people in Australia or like wherever where it's like they were quarantined to their house
or
for like
even
4
cities.
months. Yeah, even cities.
So like we
Great
went down
point.
we went down to New Orleans and we thought we were done with COVID. We
Yeah,
went down to
yeah,
New
yeah.
Orleans and we
There was still a ton. Like
not that we
couldn't-
didn't have our vaccine
no,
cards.
We did have our
but-
vax card. We
but
just
we couldn't get in
misplaced
any
them.
restaurants because we forgot to bring our vaccine cards.
True.
And so we couldn't do anything in the actual city.
Yeah. So let's
So
restate
cities
what we,
probably have it worse.
Yes, let's restate what we said. In our area,
Right.
It should not be talked about anymore.
Right.
If you were in a city where it's like, I was quarantined in my house for 4 months,
Right.
I get that. You can talk about it. I wasn't. This area really wasn't.
Yeah.
But that was interesting. Driving was awesome though, because it was kind of spooky. It was a little eerie. Or eerie, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the word. Because like no one was out, which was kind of fun because you could
Just yeah.
and then cops wouldn't even pull you over because it's like
Because they were at
social
home.
distancing.
Yeah.
Because they were at home. That was a way better joke than mine.
Could you imagine?
That's hilarious. They virtually pull you over.
They just have little drones that do it.
Oh man, that's hilarious. What else do I got on this list? You got anything else right off the rip?
Not much else, man. I feel like we've had to talk about COVID, so we're gonna
we at some
rehash
point.
multiple conversations.
Oh yeah, and we'll keep bringing COVID up.
I gotta say this though. I listening to some podcasts, I'm like, dude, you've already told this story before.
Dude, I know we're gonna do
and
that.
we've already told multiple stories probably
Yeah.
before, and I'm like, so I'm sorry. Sorry for judging all those other podcasters, and I'm sorry for giving more stories. But
Also, too, there is a quote though. I don't know who it's by that says, "Everything that has to be said has been said, but no one was listening, so say it again." And for us,
What was that?
literally no one was listening, so we
Yeah,
can just say
we
it
can
again,
just say
and
it
it'll
again.
be new content
Yeah.
to them.
and for that one person,
Yeah, that
that's
one
listening
person we
to all our
apologize.
episodes.
We
Yeah.
apologize. Seth, poor Seth.
Hi, Seth.
He's gonna hear. He's gonna hear so much. In other news, when let me back this up. When you were out on the phone, I was just sitting in here. I saw you, and then I was like, "Man, this is long."
Oh yeah,
So then I ran my tongue over my teeth like that.
yeah.
And I needed to brush because I didn't brush this morning. It was disgusting. It felt so bad.
Ooh.
But for me, and I hate brushing my teeth. It's a pain in the butt.
So take me into that. Why do you hate brushing your teeth?
I
Because we've
don't-
talked about brushing already.
I know we have, but I don't know if I got into my hate of it. So I don't have a morning routine or a night routine.
Okay.
As soon as I need to be somewhere, that's when I wake up.
Yep.
And I don't have time for anything. Sometimes I'll walk out of the house with no clothes on. But so I don't have a morning or night routine. And then it's
Right.
like as soon as I'm tired, I'll just go straight to bed. And
Yeah.
then so brushing my teeth, it almost just feels like this inconvenience. It's like, what do you need me to do for you? Brush you? Like, what are you, a dog? Like, I don't know. It
Right,
just
yeah, that
seems
makes
like
sense.
it's my own teeth are inconveniencing me. But then they get their revenge because they get plaque built up on it. It's freaking disgusting. And I don't think I actually thought this, but like, could they smell my breath through the mic? Because I'm so close to it.
Everyone just take a deep breath in now. Dude, I think I can smell it.
So I don't know. That was just weird.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I'll always, so this is also a weird thing. Since I don't have a morning and night routine, there's a lot of days where I'll brush my teeth in the middle of the day.
See, I never brush my teeth in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
That's so weird to me.
I know, it is weird. I don't even like that I
Right.
do it, but I just do it.
So I'm used to be huge on nighttime routines. Like I used to have to wash my face.
Yeah,
have to
I
brush
remember
my
that.
Teeth. Like
At
literally,
sleepovers.
yeah. When I go to sleepover,
Yeah.
I would hate not doing it.
And you
I
had
was
that
such a weird
monster chainsaw toothbrush. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
that thing.
Literally, I would feel like if I'd be laying in bed and didn't wash my face, I would feel
Disgusting.
disgusting. Yeah,
That's
some
how I
of it
feel
was because I
every
had
night
such
when I
bad
go to
acne,
bed.
and I was so scared of acne coming back or whatever. So there's some of that,
Dude,
but
yeah.
I would hate it. And now I'm getting less and less. Like I don't have to wash my face every night, which is kind of crazy. But
Which, you should brush your teeth. I'm
right.
not trying
I think I still have to brush
I'm
my
not
teeth,
trying
or
to
else I feel
advocate
gross.
for not brushing your teeth because it is gross. I just hate doing it.
Right.
I feel like there are small tasks in my life that I hate and are harder to do than monumental tasks. I would rather, and this sounds extreme and you're going to think I'm crazy for it, I would rather run a 5K than get out of bed. Waking up, I hate waking up.
You'd rather run a 5K at night than get out of bed?
No,
Or
just
you mean
if
you're
I'm
just-
already awake, I would rather run a 5K
Than
than
be
be sleeping
sleeping.
and have to get out
Okay.
of bed.
Yeah.
I don't know why. And it sounds silly when you say that because obviously one is significantly harder than
Right.
the other. But for whatever reason, I just hate waking up. And I hate going to bed.
Yeah.
Like,
So how much sleep do you get at night? Let's go into this. Let's get into this.
on average, I'm probably at 5 hours of sleep.
Sheesh. Yeah.
Usually I'll go to bed. So I'll go to bed roughly. No, it might be 6. Yeah, it's 6. I'll go to bed roughly around 12. Maybe not fall asleep till 12:30.
Yep.
And then get up at 6:50. So whatever that is. That's 6 hours.
Wait, did you say 12?
12:30.
Oh, 12:30.
And then
yeah.
I'll get up at 6:50.
Yeah.
So that's, 5 and a half,
Yeah.
6 hours. But then just the other night, I went to bed and like the sucky thing is, you know you're going to be tired. It's like, why am I doing this? I
Right.
know tomorrow morning's going to suck.
But then that also makes you just want to stay up later
yeah,
too.
because you
you're
already
like,
know it's going to be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude,
And you're like just
I totally understand because was that Sunday? I don't remember what day it was. I stayed up till 3:30 and I had to be up at 5:50.
oh.
And I was like,
Ooh, that's rough.
I'm already up, so why don't I just stay up? And then I started watching shows, and I was like, what am I doing? But then I woke up, and I was not fine. I was tired, but then I got an energy drink, and then I was fine.
Right.
And then I was like, okay, I need to go to bed early tonight, 12:30. I was like, what am I doing?
Right.
Kind of bothers me. Sometimes I wish I was a more regimented person, because I'm not, and I wish I was.
So could it be you don't like going to bed because you're not getting enough meth from your meth addiction? Everyone thought I was going to say sleep. Got ya. That was so lame. I'm sorry.
That
I'm
was
sorry.
stupid. That was funny though. Yeah, it could be. I don't know. Meth keeps you up. Right?
Right. Maybe you should just stop.
Yeah,
doing
maybe I
that.
should just stop
Yeah.
doing that.
Probably.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I'm not a doctor, so
Yeah.
don't take my word for it. But
I'm not a
meth is
medical
probably not good
professional.
for your sleep.
That's true. Maybe
But I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to jump to conclusions.
maybe my teeth wouldn't be falling out if I stopped doing meth. I do have a cavity right now though. I saw that thing
Ew.
forming way in the back.
You saw it?
Yeah, you know how like when the cavity comes like on the top of your tooth, you can start seeing it become black?
I've never had that happen.
What?
I never knew you could. How big is it?
It's not big. I can show it to you after the podcast.
Okay.
But
Maybe we can do a little short of me finding
yeah.
your...
What was I gonna say? We were talking about cavities, meth.
Yeah, you said
Putting
there's a
meth in
cavity. You have a cavity
cavities.
right now? Yeah.
Yeah, I have a cavity right now. Oh, and then I think I was gonna go on a dentist tangent where it's like I haven't been to the dentist in like probably over 15 years. No, that's crazy.
What?
How old am I?
So wait, what are you going to do with that for that cavity?
I'll probably have to go to the dentist.
Yeah.
But I haven't had. So apparently, there's 2 different types of cavities. Ones that form like on the top of your teeth,
'Kay.
like what you can see, and then there's ones that form like right here, like in between your teeth,
Gotcha.
and you can't see those at all. Like unless they get really bad. And this one's forming on the top. This is the first cavity I've had that formed on the top. All my other ones
Gotcha.
have been in between.
Okay.
So I probably have
Yeah.
like a lot more cavities than I know about because I haven't been to the dentist in so long. But
Right.
it's kind of what it is.
Yeah. Did you ever... I don't know if we talked about this already, but... So I went to China, like out in the
China.
boonies,
Uh-huh.
and they have terrible teeth because all of a
Okay.
sudden... This I have a point. I'm going to come back.
Okay.
But anyhow, they used to have great teeth,
Okay.
but they never brush their teeth. They still don't brush their teeth. But the problem is now they have all these candies.
Oh, yeah.
And
Sugars
so the
stuff.
food they eat is now killing their teeth, but they were fine before.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy that just the food we eat, just all of a sudden now we have to do an extra step.
Because of the processed sugars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like we are producing food in bulk and it's super nice, super convenient. But now in order to have that convenience, now we got to brush our teeth and do all these extra steps. Isn't that just
Whoa.
interesting to think about? So in order to do a shortcut
Yeah.
and have other people make your food, now you got to like
Yeah.
do another step and brush your teeth.
Yeah, because I heard a similar thing. This dentist went to like this unreached people group,
Yeah.
and they had like perfectly white, straight, no cavity teeth, and like they
Wow.
never brushed, but they weren't eating the processed garbage that we
Right.
eat.
Yeah.
in that, could there potentially... Okay, so you know how... If we're going to go down the conspiracy rabbit hole, we might as well go all in. Like, with vaccines and everything, you know how some people believe vaccines were created to make a lifelong customer. So, like, vaccines... Before vaccines were around, we didn't really have anyone with, like, diabetes. Or, like...
Diabetes? I didn't know there was a vaccine. Or the conspiracy was with diabetes.
Yeah, so... What's his name? Robert Kennedy.
Yeah.
Is a huge anti-vaxxer because he believes there's a lot of autoimmune diseases that were originated with vaccines.
Gotcha.
So, like, now the medical field has a lifelong customer.
Right.
What if dentists just wanted lifelong customers? So they were the ones that created the sugar in the food, and they're keep putting it in the food so they can make millions.
Yeah.
What if plumbers are kind of like that because we want people to eat?
Yeah. You stupid plumbers.
Yeah, we
making
should
people eat so you have a job.
Yeah, let's stop eating to boycott them plumbers.
Yeah. Stick it to the middle class plumbers, man. Fast for life.
Everyone is just
Poop in your yard.
with your dog. Dude, everyone just wants a buck. Yeah. Everyone is trying to create a lifelong customer.
Right.
I used to hate on Big Pharma, and now look at me. I'm doing it because I want people to eat. I'm a piece of garbage.
You are a dirtbag.
I'm a rare breed of horrible.
Yeah. I feel like we always come back to conspiracies, though.
I know. They're so fun.
When you're just shooting the bull, conspiracies just always come up because they're so fast. Not that we actually believe much of them.
No, I believe some of them.
I could get behind vaccines. I could almost get behind.
Yeah, because so with Robert Kennedy, what he was saying, and obviously I'm not his age, so I can't be an advocate for this. But I have asked other older people, and they have agreed that they're like, so when we were growing up, he's like, did you know anyone with diabetes? And they're like, no.
So,
and they're like, did you know anyone with like a peanut allergy? And they're like, no, not really.
Really?
And his other one was like, this is going to sound bad, but I want to say it was like autism. And they're like,
I've heard that,
yeah. And he's like, there was like maybe one kid that had autism growing up. And he's like, now there's like a lot more. And he's like, now every kid has a peanut allergy or like type 2 diabetes or something.
Or an autoimmune.
Yeah, some autoimmune disease. And
lactose.
Yeah, like lactose intolerant, like gluten intolerant, which I think I have lactose and gluten intolerant and ADHD. I must have got jabbed when I was younger, dude. Fauci pricked me himself. So, yeah, that's kind of interesting. Like, I don't know if I believe it for the sole fact. I could get behind it as long as you look at like the timeline data. I just haven't done enough research.
So I could get behind it. I could see a lot of that. Diabetes, that's the first I've ever heard of that. Because I always thought diabetes is like our diet and eating a bunch of sugar. Because like type 2 diabetes is just, that's when
you eat very unhealthy and your pancreas
crap.
Gets inefficient.
Yeah.
So.
But I guess maybe type 1 could be maybe some.
I don't know.
What causes type 1? Because you're eating probably good.
Dude, maybe it goes hand in hand with the other conspiracy we talked about. Vaccines and dentists got together. They're feeding them sugar. The vaccine's what created the little, whatever we're talking, autoimmune disease. And then the dentists are what fueled the sugar.
Yep.
What if we get shut down because we actually just uncovered something crazy?
Oh, my goodness.
Holy cannoli.
Did you see her knock?
Yeah.
I think there was a knock.
Someone's outside.
Someone's outside.
SWAT.
Okay. This is another good conspiracy. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Speaking about getting shut down in the SWAT, I saw this YouTube video, and YouTube don't lie, because it was probably like a Vice video or one of those, those news outlets that do the crazy videos. But so the whole global warming thing, this like group in Canada.
Global warming. What do you mean?
Like the whole global warming. So I guess more. I'm gonna say like the carbon crisis. You know what I mean? Global warming. You've never heard of global warming?
Continue. Sorry, I was just being dumb.
All right. So apparently if you put a whole bunch of, if you feed the plankton in the ocean, it changes a whole bunch of stuff. And so like
if you feed them a certain thing, or you just feed them at all.
You just feed them. So if you, I think it's, I'm gonna totally botch this like always.
Mhm.
But if you increase the plankton population, then like everything changes in the ocean. So like, because the ocean's massive, so you think about the little land and the little like carbon emissions we have compared to the massive ocean, like it's crazy. So anyhow, they did a whole bunch of these experiments, and it was like having crazy results. And like, instead of global warming being this huge issue, it was just like, you know,
plankton.
It was just $1 billion issue or something to like increase the population. And I think it was plankton.
So from we're getting global warming because the government's feeding plankton?
No. It can be solved.
By feeding plankton.
By feeding the plankton, by increasing the plankton population, and then it like, because the whole ecosystem will be like
right?
Yeah, ecosystem. The whole ecosystem.
Echo.
The whole ecosystem then like benefits from that, because like a lot of plankton, you know, all those things.
Yeah,
and it changes everything. It changes the marine life.
I haven't heard that, but I have heard plankton where it's like if you take the plankton away, like period, the whole ecosystem would shut down. So continue.
Right. So anyhow, it's just putting stuff in the ocean, some kind of food, just like, you know, $1 billion, and it would be like, instead of this huge thing, it's just this small issue that could be gone. But anyhow, in this research, the story is that these guys were like having breakthroughs, and then all of a sudden the government, like a SWAT team, came in, confiscated everything, gave them a whole bunch of like restrictions, and then they're like just walked away.
Dang.
So they have nothing to show for it. All their
research is gone.
Research is gone.
You do hear some wild stories like those where it's like suspicious deaths, or like not suspicious.
And it has to be true because it's on the internet.
Yeah, and like just go to the guy's house. If he's dead, then you'll know if he's dead, right?
Right. We make this way too complicated.
Yeah. I feel like we have shattered the glass ceiling on about every topic we've hit tonight. That's incredible. The glass ceiling, I don't know if I 100% get that. I'm assuming because it's like you feel like you're in a box, but you can actually go higher, right? What is a glass ceiling? That's right?
I'm not even sure if I'm...
Yeah, I don't know either. Let's move on. Who needs it?
Yeah.
Glass ceilings.
Man, if we had a little researcher right now that could tell us what a glass ceiling is.
We should get one of those.
Yeah. Or we should just get a glass ceiling. You know how cool that would be, though, to watch rain?
Oh, that
You'd just
would
be laying
be
in your bed,
sick.
and it's just like...
Yeah. And then it would be so nice.
And there's like a little squirrel.
Anytime the sun comes up, you're...
Yeah. Right.
It would be the solar eclipse every day for you at 6:30.
Wait, so it's dark every day at 6:30? Solar eclipse means it's dark.
Oh, you were talking about freaking plankton, and I don't know. I was gonna rip you, but then I couldn't think of anything.
Just a taste.
Oh, just a freaking taste. That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Anyways, what else we got? Oh, I was thinking of this earlier. We're at like 58 minutes, so we should almost wrap it up.
Yeah.
Generally, we're at an hour.
Right.
We should
We've been cruising.
I know. I feel like the first, we were on fire.
Yeah. Like, whoa, watch out.
Gonna burn you.
The energy between us.
Yeah. Ooh. Well, bromance. Dang, what was I saying? Oh, we should figure out intro music. I think that would be fun.
I was thinking about that because we kind of forget the last 5 episodes we didn't have any intro music.
I know. Or even just like for them in post. Like we can add it in post.
Yeah.
But come up with a song.
Right.
I looked at a bunch and I just haven't found any that really spoke to me that was us, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Like that chaotic but almost soothing.
Right.
We need something like that.
And weird.
Yeah, maybe some like tambourines and then a harmonica comes in. Trumpet.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what's so soothing? Those hand pans. Did you ever hear
Where like the rain things?
No, I think they're called hand
the
pans.
Rain sticks? I was thinking the rain sticks. Did you ever hear those rain sticks?
Yeah, they're nice. We could combine that. But the hand pan's like a drum, and you hit it at different spots. It makes the most melodious sound that is just out of this world. It's really neat. We should look it up.
So, like, closing segment is I find some hand pan music, and then we have a little...
Yeah, the giveaway.
Instrumental, inspirational...
Giveaway.
not giveaway.
Well, we got to do the giveaway.
Okay, we could do the giveaway at the end.
No. Wait, I thought you said
Should we do the giveaway now?
No. Let's do that at the end where, well, it's not the giveaway. We're just telling people about the giveaway and how they can sign up for it, I guess. Yeah, let's do your stuff first. What are we doing?
You remember our little bit?
Okay, so I need to figure out some
inspiration.
Yeah, okay, I got it.
Okay, so what? I'm just going to look up handpan music?
Handpan music. Because I don't think any of that will be copyrighted. Look up royalty-free handpan music.
Well, I'm just going to look it up on YouTube. YouTube is copyrighted,
Yeah,
right?
because we're on YouTube. Anyone can use that, repost it.
Yeah, because,
But what if you would look up a legitimate song on YouTube?
Then it would be... That's a little different.
So what, you're saying these handpan people aren't legitimate?
I don't know. I've just seen, like, podcasts where they look up YouTube videos and watch it, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So how is this any different?
Yeah, the government hasn't shut them down yet.
Right.
Looking hair.
I'm just kidding. It's an ad. Is this what you're thinking of?
Isn't that such a nice sound?
Ooh.
All right, let me get in my headspace.
I feel like you might rap. Okay. Everyone just take a deep breath. Look
Do some
at
Wim
the
Hof
room
breathing.
around you. Think about how you got there. Think about how you're going to leave.
Yes. How you got there. Was it fake? Like the moon landing? Are you even really there? What is this reality? Do you have a hole in the back of your pants? If you did, would anyone tell you anyways?
Is your name Sally?
If
Are
no
you-
one tells you anyways, do you actually have a hole in the back of your pants? It's kind of like if the tree fell in the forest, does it make a sound if no one's around? If you have that hole but no one tells you, do you really have a hole? Can they even see it, or is it a figment of your imagination? That's a question. If you are that person in the grocery store,
We see you.
we see you. No one else might, but we see you. We see through the government and their conspiracies of trying to shut you down, mysteriously burn your research. Maybe that's what happened to NASA. The government just roasted their research so they couldn't get to the moon. But if you are like that and you are trying to research and you're trying to better yourself, there's people out there. There's tools out there to help you get better, to go longer, and that is called methamphetamines.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do drugs. That was a total joke.
But if you do,
At least do some good on your time of just zooming.
right, at least brush your teeth after you do them.
If you don't brush
That's
your
what
teeth.
that's what the moral of the story is.
How'd you
Yeah,
like
dude.
that handpan? It's kind of
That
fun, right?
handpan's kind of sweet.
Yeah, they're sweet. I also saw this video of this guy on a guitar playing "Some Nights" by Avicii. Also
On a guitar?
Oh, beautiful.
Wow.
It gives me chills every time. But what else do you got to give us one solid thing to close us off before we go into the giveaway?
Avicii's the one that's dead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, rip Avicii.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Yeah. One solid thing.
One solid thing.
I will say it has been kind of fun hearing some people that are like, "Hey, saw you listened to your podcast, heard it." I did not think anyone would really listen. At least close people. I thought they'd be like, "Yo, no, I do not care." But it's kind of funny.
Some people like it.
Some people like it.
It is
and
fun.
so it is kind of cool that our conversation and us just being stupid and having fun,
People enjoy.
So
I just went to the
thank
grocery
you.
store today.
Shout out to
And the
everyone
guy was
that
like,
listened.
"Dude, I love your podcast."
I don't think that, what?
Dead serious.
Who was it?
It's a kid we know, but
Oh.
like, I didn't know he worked at
You
that
gonna
grocery
shout him
store.
out on the podcast?
I don't know. Does he want to be shout out?
I don't know.
His name starts with a Z, and his last name's an H. So if your name
Shout
starts
out
with
to
a ZH, you know who you are.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
Zach Hahn.
Zach Hahn. No?
Nope.
Nope.
All right. Well, shout out
But
to
yeah,
ZH.
no, it's been kind of neat. We did get a couple dislikes on our video, though.
Dude.
Yeah, 2 dislikes.
I did see someone gave a 4-star review or something.
Yeah, who was that?
Yeah.
Don't think we're
I
worth
feel like
the
that's probably not
5-star,
anyone we would
dude.
know, right? Just some rando.
I did see someone was watching from like Wilmington. I don't even know where Wilmington is. I think
Yeah.
I told you about that, but
Also, I searched Just a Taste.
oh, dude,
There's some bad
Yeah.
podcasts, so sorry. Did you
Dude.
see that one that was literally...
George just told me about it today. And
I
was
literally
like,
looked and I'm
oh
like,
my word, I am so
holy,
sorry.
That sucks. So we're sorry for those that were trying to find
Yeah.
us. That is not us.
That's not us. We are
No.
not those people. Different people.
So,
yeah.
That was rough.
I was not aware of that. And then people were like, dude, do you know what comes up if I search this?
Yeah.
I was like, no.
Right.
Me, probably.
But our cover art, you did a good job, so
Yeah.
it's pretty noticeable. Yeah.
Speaking of our cover art, let's get into the giveaway. So we have something. It's pretty neat. It's super extra, but it's also really funny. So we like to give it away. And how we're gonna show you this. So I'm actually wearing it right here on this body. Look at this thing. It is a shirt that we made, and they're actually hilarious, but they're actually super
look
cool
awesome.
as well. So we'll showcase this off for you. Let me do this. Can you rock a cartwheel in front of the camera?
Oh, yeah, you got this.
Whee! Probably just got a good dose of my garage.
5 stars.
Yeah, anywho, it is a shirt, and it has our logo on the back with the words on the front on the pectoral, the left pectoral muscle. So if you're listening to this, you're not going to know what it looks like, so maybe I'll put something in the, on Instagram, maybe?
Sure.
Yeah, we'll put something on Instagram. If you want to win this shirt, how we're going to do this is... Yeah, you got to comment. So we'll post this episode wherever you listen to it. You got to listen to the end or just skip through. And then follow the podcast on whatever platform you're following it on. But then go over to YouTube, which is just my name, Jeffrey Heller. And the video will be there as well. Comment.
Yeah.
You don't need to subscribe. Just comment. Comment, I want that shirt. And then we'll randomly pick someone, I guess. That's all right.
Right.
Is there a better way to do this?
No,
or is
I
a
like
solid
that.
way?
I mean, honestly, you got pretty good odds.
Yeah.
If you're commenting.
Yeah.
If you're even listening to
Let's
this.
just
if
say
you made it this far in the podcast.
Let's just say Seth can't win this shirt.
Hi, Seth.
Hi, Seth. Yeah, Seth can't win this shirt, but anyone else can. Just comment, I want that shirt. And then, which I didn't tell you this is also exciting. I made an email that is jatproducer@gmail.com. So that's just a taste producer. And there you
Wow.
can submit questions if you have any
Yes,
topics,
let's go.
thoughts. That way we can go over that stuff if you guys like that type
Or
of
even
stuff.
it'd be cool to get like a voice memo we could play,
Oh,
and then
yeah,
we
that
could
would be fun.
respond to people if they
Yeah.
have questions or
Maybe we'll have to figure out how to do
even
that.
just funny topics they have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
I like it.
that's what it is. Comment on the YouTube video, which I will have that up. I'll have that up tomorrow. So look for that. And I want that shirt, dude. On that note, we're out of here. Sayonara,
y'all.
people.